How are you? Good morning. My name is Akol. I want to talk about something, and the thing that I wanted to say is that it's about technology, and you have seen how things have changed. Today is a wall of the screen. You can see everyone is just busy on the screen, even if you are 3 people, 5 people staying in one place. So you might be seeing that there are some people that are busy on the phone. So they don't need even to pay any attention to the other people. And there is no communications between people. Like when you're staying as 3 or 5, there should be a communication that will happen to us, or a conversation. But in these days, you cannot see those things. You just see only this X is busy on the phone, Y is busy on the phone, Z is busy on the phone, the rest of the people. So we spend like an hour in one place, but there is no communication. Have you seen how technology has changed? The way we live today, it has changed a lot of things. So we need to make some connection. So the connections we will make as a human being is really viable. But how can we do that? You should make a balance between technology and human connection, so that when you are staying with people, there is that energy of you making connections to make a conversation. But I don't think today these things exist. But you need to try to have that, because you are talking to someone who is very far from the person who is also present. Can you imagine that? How it feel? It feel bad, all right? So you cannot do it the same thing. Like you leave the person here and you love to make a conversation with the other people. And I know that we like the sound of the messenger, like cling. When you hear something cling, you always rush, okay? You rush and you grab your phone. You need to see, who is that? This is a chemical that release in our body. It's called dopamine. So that chemicals, it likes what we are addicted to. That's why in the morning, some of you wake up also. You pick up the phone in the morning hours without even greeting anyone. Then you go to social media, or you see your phone. You do anything that you want. So this wall of the screen is really devastating, let me say. It is devastating in another context. But we cannot we cannot save the world through all these things, I think. But I think the world changed with its own. Now also kids have adapted to all of the screen. They are also very good in the screen. They also navigate. But when you observe in let's say in 20 something, or in 90s, a time maybe we were not born, and some of us even were born, you can see that some parents, they always prevent their children from accessing TV or watching TV frequently, because it always divert their attention from readings or from anything that they wanted to do. Why they do that is because they don't need the children to be addicted to the phones. I mean, to the TVs, shows, and so. And that thing today is really very hard. The TV era has ended, but it also came another time. This time of screens, the TV is in front of you. It is even mobile. So you can just open your phone, you watch anything that you want. You cannot even go back and say you need to sit down and watch TVs. If you need episodes, you need also series. So you can just download on your phone and you will be able to watch them. You see, some of the countries are also putting a law on that so that they protect the children. That is parenting sometimes. You can find that most of the parents are preventing their children, and that's why they always install an application so that they secure the phones that is holding by the kids. Sometimes it is really useful for parents to do that. But some parents are trying very hard. Like when you say that it is in Africa, sometimes those applications are not there, so that we protect our children. And here in South Sudan, we are still, of course, some of our children, they are not they don't have access to those screens, but few of them are having access. But sometimes those screens they teach us, and they teach also some kids. You have seen now with the involvement of artificial intelligence, how it has changed our world and how it has changed the way we communicate today. And I watched some of, I read some of the books whereby some of the people, whereby the author has quoted like the student's essay as improved in this 20 centuries. And I think the improvement of the essays, because essays always, they used to write the concepts and even the context of the essay, and that is the composition sometimes. So when you compose any information, it need time. You just go through and write it, okay? But today is very simple. You will just write it within a second, okay? You just write an essay in a second, and with the good coherence and even with tones and clarity. You see how screens are changing our world. They are changing our world because human being is also making an advancement in technology. But we also need to make imbalance. We cannot master those essays when we use ChatGPT. We cannot master them, but the time, the length of the information that it will take might be reduced to just a short time, of course. But to master that information is really very hard, and that's why it is really necessary for you also to go back and read, and then rely always on ChatGPT. But you need to rely on it when you're busy. You rely on that, but you need also to master the concept. So you need to make an imbalance between the technology and your life. Today, you need to try very hard in those instantaneous things like the smartphone that I'm talking about. Anything is having an app. You need a love messages, you have an app. You need anything, there is also an app for that. These are instantaneous. But when we come to a human connection, there is no instantaneous app that you would even go and click on it. Okay, go and click on it, and then you get anything that you want. Those instantaneous apps are not there. The human instantaneous app are totally not there. Why? Is because that the human connections need an interactions. It need also communication to communicate with the other human being. You also need to know attitude, okay? You also need to know other people's attitude, okay? You need also to see their emotions, how they express themselves. You see that? Sometimes we love that, okay? But there is no an app for that thing. You can't find an app. But sometimes you can find those app for love and those things. See? These are instantaneous gratification. So you're just happy. You get what you want. So please, you need to make balance between your screens and you yourself as a human being, because it needs time. And if it needs time, you need to put a balance time so that you have that connections with people, and you also have navigation through your applications or your social media. It's necessary, of course, but you need to make the balance. Thank you so much. We shall meet next time, and I appreciate that. This is a call.